What's up, Soil brothers and Soil sisters? Today, we are here to make some sausage. To you who are familiar with the channel, y'all know that, about a couple of weeks ago, we processed our pigs, Applewood and Bacon. Yes, so Applewood and Bacon is still giving back to us. So at the time, we froze some of the extras, some of the cuttings, and today we're going to use them to make sausage. And we decided we was going to bring y'all along with us. So guys, let's do this. So alright fam, first thing we want to do is go ahead and get your meat cut up into portions that will fit good into your grinder. Alright, so if you have a big enough grinder, maybe this step might not be necessary, but it makes it a lot easier. So we're going to take some time and go ahead and do this. Alright guys, so we got our meat cut up. I got 5 pounds of meat. So when we decided we was going to process our pigs out, I knew I was going to need some equipment. I thought I was going to spend a lot on what I needed, but I was pleasantly surprised that the grinder doesn't cost much. For a lot of y'all have mixers that y'all can attach a grinder to. Honestly, the whole grinder costs less than the attachment, but you know, to each his own. But I found this to be a nice grinder. I had no problems with it. So the first part of this, we're gonna actually put our meat in and we're gonna grind. I got a coarse grinder on it, and also it has a fine grinder, but the initial grind is gonna be a coarse grind. So I'm gonna show y'all what that looks like. Alright guys, so we got the coarse grind completed. And honestly guys, some of this cut of meat were pretty good cuts of meat, and I kind of didn't want to grind them, but at the same time we love sausage in the fashion that we cook them, which is in patty form. So much that, alright fam, so one of the reasons you want to weigh how much meat you have is so you can know how much seasoning that you need to use. So if you got a family recipe seasoning mix that you are accustomed to, by all means. I haven't got to the point where I can make a seasoning that I know will work for a certain amount of meat. So I purchased some pre-made seasoning, and all I could do is pray that the kind of seasoning I bought would be good for the taste buds of me and my wife. And I think I got lucky the first time. but I am not going to give anybody any suggestions because it is the first seasoning I used. Even though it's good to us, that is for us, and that might not be for you. So do some research and find a seasoning that will work for you. So with 5 pounds of meat, this is about exactly what I would need to season that, okay? And from then on, all I want to do is mix. And I would definitely say, you know, when it comes to seasoning, not enough is better because you can't unseason something when it comes to making meat like this. So be careful. Now guys, I failed to mention that one of the attachments that come with this grinder is one that will do link sausages. Alright, that is not what we're doing. You know, I will at some point make link sausages because now that I got the equipment and the knowledge, I will continue to make our own meat in this fashion. Even if I don't raise our meat, I will purchase it in bulk so I can actually do this. I will find a local farmer or someplace that sells large cuts of meat at a reasonable price, and I will buy it. I will butcher it myself and make our own sausage and other meat products. So I think in the long run it will save us tons of money and provide us with necessary skills that we can then use for the rest of our life and pass on to other people who would love to be able to do stuff like this. So alright guys, so another thing that I did last time that I think worked out really well, gave a really good flavor to the meat, is I added maple syrup. Alright, so this is some of that delicious maple syrup that Scott sent us from Rambling with the Brahms from Canada, and I've been using this thing very sparingly because I don't want to run out of it, but I think this is a really good way to use it, but I try not to use it too often because I don't want to be without it. And unfortunately this is where I'm at, but I'm glad to have it. Alright guys, so another tip that I saw was using dried milk. So we took some of our milk that we freeze dried and we used it. Alright, so I have tried this before and it did work good, and the milk is supposed to be a binding agency. The milk is supposed to be a binding agent which holds the meat together after making patties with it. So we saw this tip, we decided to try it the first time we made patties, and it did work well, so I'm passing that on. And guys, that's one of the reasons why I didn't show the very first time, because the very first time was experimental, and I had to make sure that what I was telling everybody was going to be something that actually worked. So everything you are seeing now is exactly what we did the first time, and it was a success. So thank God, because this is a lot of meat and you don't want to waste this, because You know, no telling how much you will spend on these ingredients, this kind of meat. All right, guys, so there we go. All right, fam, so we have coarse grinded our meat. We have seasoned it. We put some maple syrup and some powdered milk in it. I have changed my grinder from a coarse grind to a fine grind, and now we're about to run it through again. All right, fam, so now we have all the fine grindings done. There's not much more to do but clean up, sit this in the refrigerator for 24 hours and let it do its thing, let it marinate and do what it needs to do. And then we will be back and show you what we do with our patties after that. All right, fam, so we are back. Our meat has sat in the refrigerator for a day after seasoning it, and now we are ready to go forward with the next step. This here is might be a common practice, but this is something we just decided to do as far as getting our patties ready. We got parchment paper, we have a roller, and we have a glass. So we're gonna see how we use all these things.
So my husband was looking for cookie cutters one day to cut the sausage all in the right size. But I told him that when I make biscuits, I just use a glass. We don't have to buy a cookie cutter or anything special. Use what you got. So how does the glass work out normally?
It worked fine last time, so I'm assuming it's gonna work great this time. Guys, so all we're doing here, I took and put the meat in between the two pieces of parchment paper, and I'm taking the roller to roll it out to a certain thickness, and at the same time pressing it together so it stays together after you do what you need to do. So when you're okay with the thickness of your sausage, basically you're just taking your glass and you're going around and you're making circles. And there you go.
And you pretty much make it as thick or as thin as you like it. Cool, Joe.
So guys, this last one is not even worth pressing through.
The first to go in the pan.
Yep. So I just mash it on out best I could. And there we go.
So I was talking about I was talking to my sister about sausage, making sausage, and we were talking about making it in a roll.
Mm-hmm.
I said I love buying sausage in a roll, and I would put them in the freezer and cut them while they were frozen. It's not easy to cut, but I preferred my sausage like that. But now we started getting sausage in a box that was separated like this, the patties, which I love because I don't have to worry about possibly cutting a finger off. But now, the joy of raising our own.
All right, fam. So we're done.
Finally,
Yes.
sausage.
This is our maple pork
Breakfast sausage.
Yes.
It did, y'all. I mean, a proud moment. Honestly, you did good, baby.
So this is 5 pounds of sausage. So in total, we got 12, which is excellent. We got enough to eat for a long time.
Yeah, quite a few breakfasts here.
This is nothing but meat, no bones.
Yeah.
And it's pure, and we know exactly what we did with our hogs, and
Yep.
we know exactly what we put into these patties.
So if you haven't ever raised hogs, and you can, I would say give it a try. It is it's a good experience and rewarding. Very rewarding. We have tons of meat, but our own sausage now.
All right, so we appreciate y'all spending this time with us.
With that be said,
Like
share.
and subscribe. Ring the bell so you'll be notified when we release more videos. Till the next time, guys.